Psalms 27. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom should I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom should I be afraid? When evildoers came against me to devour my flesh, my foes and my enemies stumbled and fell. Though war break out against me, my heart is not afraid. I have asked one thing from the Lord. It is what I desire, to dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, gazing on his beauty and seeking him in his temple. For he will conceal me in his shelter in the day of adversity. He will set me high on a rock. Then my foes and my enemies will stumble and fall. And now I'm going to do an algebra problem, which is the most recent thing I've been learning. Right here we have a problem. 2x plus 5 equals 13. The first thing we're going to do is try and get rid of this x. Get rid of this 5. So we're going to add negative 5 to each side. Then we'll have 2x equals 8. Then we divide each side by 2 to try and get rid of this 2. Those 2 cancel, and then x equals 4. Thank you for learning about algebra. And now I'm going to say a quote from the Declaration of Independence. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, and that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. Among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. And now I will tell you about the life cycle of a Canadian goose. The first thing a Canadian goose will do when it hatches is cry for its mother. Its mother will then lead it to the water where it will push it in and then help teach it how to swim. There are several predators of the baby gosling when it is trying to swim in the water, one of which is a snapping turtle. The snapping turtle will swim up and clench its jaws around a baby gosling. Because of this, the mother will have to lead her chicks around the areas where the snapping turtle lives. Another predator of goslings is foxes and coyotes. In order to protect the babies, the father goose will make himself look big and hiss at the predators. The next stage of life after the goslings is the stage in the fall where the geese will migrate. Most people think that geese migrate in a V-shaped pattern, but a well-known ornithologist named Audubon said that it is more of an angular shape, like a 90-degree angle. After they have migrated, they'll stay in the south until around late April to mid-May. During migrating season, they will find their mate, and afterwards they will fly back to where they originally lived. Their mate will not come with them back to where they lived. Everyone who lived where they did would go back to where they lived, and the mothers would lay eggs, and instead of the fathers protecting the eggs, other males from that domain would protect the eggs. When mating, the geese, the male goose, will stick its head in the air and then stick its tongue out. I'm not sure why, but it's some sort of ritual they perform to mate.